Good evening, Nova Nation, and welcome to another edition of Wildcat Watch Live. I'm Anthony Padua.
I'm Hunter Mulford.
I'm Teddy Powers.
And I'm Jackie Inserra.
Tonight is Wednesday, February 6th, and we are once again filming from the beautiful Nevin Fieldhouse.
Guys, did you know that today's National Signing Day for all athletes?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, Villanova awarded 8 scholarships to some of the nation's most promising athletes.
And one of those scholarships happened to be to one of my good friends from high school. He was always such a good athlete, so we're so lucky to have him.
Now, speaking on the topic of young talent, how about our men's basketball team? Now, coming off that monumental week with 2 wins against top 5 teams, of course, the Louisville Cardinals and Syracuse Orangemen, the powers that be here at VTV decided to package a nice little highlight video of our team's historic wins. So without further ado, here is One Wild Week. Coming off these 2 monumental victories, our Villanova's men's basketball team was faced with the same threat that many a great team is confronted with after a huge victory. And of course, I'm referring to the dreaded letdown. And unfortunately, it was just that this past Sunday when our Wildcats faced the Providence Friars here at Villanova. In a very tough match that was contested right to the very end, our Cats would fall to the Friars 55-52. Although Villanova started out strong, our Cats would fall down to 29-23 at the half, thanks to some good luck on the Providence Friars. And if this luck came in the form of some good fortune, and by fortune, I mean Josh Fortune, the Providence Friars guard, who had 12 first-half points, including 3 three-pointers. But never one to give up, our Cats kept fighting right out the second half, and eventually regained the lead thanks to a James Bell alley-oop dunk that put us back up 32-31. From that point on, it was a back-and-forth battle that eventually led the game led the game to a 52-point-all effort until Providence Friars' Bryce Kahn made a three-pointer that was ultimately the final nail in the coffin for our Cats. Looking to rebound from this loss, our Cats then traveled to the great state of Illinois for a showdown with the DePaul Blue Demons. And it seems like our Cats brought some holy water with them as they exercised the Demons 94-71. Now the reason Villanova had such a dominant victory was in large part thanks to freshman guard Ryan Archidiakono's 23 points. In this game, he really lived up to his nickname of Archie Buckets. Villanova basketball coach Jay Wright would go on to describe this as the best game of the year. And here's some stats for you. The Wildcats sank .596 of their attempts from the field in the second half and opened the second half going 22 for 27. It wasn't just Archie who was making all the buckets, as it was the whole team that was contributing. Now for women's basketball. Unfortunately, Villanova's women's basketball finds themselves in a bit of a rut as of late, coming off a big loss to Big East powerhouse UConn. To try to overcome that, they traveled to Piscataway, New Jersey for a road matchup with the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, but unfortunately fell 58-50. Now, the game itself was going back and forth up until the second half, where in the last 7 minutes of play, Villanova would score only 2 points. Now, this lack of offense from our Wildcats gave the Scarlet Knights a chance to send the game to overtime, where they would ultimately win and secure the victory for the day. Now, to rebound from a loss, our Cats then faced the number 2 Notre Dame Fighting Irish this past Tuesday. Now, needless to say, when you're in need of a win, it's going to be a tough one regardless. That's especially the case though when you're facing the number 2 team in the nation. But our Cats came ready to play. But despite a valiant effort, we still lost 59-52. But one bright note is that we held Notre Dame star Skylar Diggins to 14 points. So truly, our Lady Wildcats displayed some great defense in this losing effort. So even though it's hard to find a bright spot in a loss, we still did that nonetheless. And I'm sure our Cats will come back better than ever next time. Now for the latest news in women's tennis and swimming and diving, here's Jackie.
Thanks, Anthony. Now, despite Villanova's 5-2 loss at Navy, junior Mikkel Mancini and freshman Tori Smith teamed up to win first place in their doubles match. Both girls then went on to win their individual matches as well. Mancini won first place in her singles match, winning in the third set tiebreaker, while Smith won second place in her singles match with the scores of 6-3 and 6-2. Great job, girls. Now, women's swimming and diving had been off to a great start, winning 2 back-to-back meets this last week. Villanova first defeated Richmond, and then the following day they went on to compete and win against William & Mary College. Haley Edwards took the victory in a 1,000-yard freestyle, while her fellow teammates Summer Cook and Lee Patterson finished just behind her in second and third place respectively. Villanova also took on top spots in the freestyle and races, which only added to their overall victory. Good job, girls. Unfortunately, our men's swimming and diving team did not do as well as our women, losing to William & Mary this past week. However, Russell Paulson took on first place in the 1,000-yard freestyle race, while teammate Jordan Bickhart came right behind him in second. Also taking first place was Kyle Grant in the 200-yard backstroke. You'll get him next time, boys. So now here's Hunter with track and field and water polo.
Thanks, Jackie. This past Saturday, 4 different runners established their new personal bests in their respective events. At the 2-day competition at the Armory Collegiate Invitational, junior Chris Fitzsimmons placed runner-up in the championship event for the 800 meter. Junior Alex Tully came in 10th in the championship for the mile event. Sophomore Destiny Solis impressively won 3 out of 4 races this season and also established his new personal best. Senior Matt Kane and sophomore Tom Trainer also ran in the championships, and Tom Trainer received his personal best in the 3,000 meter race. Senior John Pickhaver tied for 3rd place out of 20 runners with a personal best time. Senior Philip O'Connell also registered a senior best time of the season in the section of 800 meters. Great job, boys. The women's track and field team was also at the Armory Collegiate Invitational last weekend. Freshman Anya Hero performed extremely well for the Wildcats and established her 3rd consecutive personal best mark for the triple jump. Freshman Kelsey Margie came in 4th out of 19 runners for the champion section of the mile. Sophomores Leanne Tucker and Veronica Johnson were also very successful in the championship races. Tucker came in 14th in the 800 meter race, and Johnson received 23rd overall in the 200 meter race. The women's water polo team competed last weekend in the Harvard home kickout tournament. The girls competed in 3 consecutive back-to-back games against Camo, Harvard, and Iona. Unfortunately, they lost Villanova 6 to Camo 9, Villanova 6 to Harvard 18, and Villanova 2 to Iona 12. The girls are optimistic, though, about the rest of the season. You'll get them next time, girls. Now on to Teddy with details about men's and women's lacrosse.
Thanks, Hunter. For the men's lacrosse team, they've begun the season with the scrimmage against the Stony Brook Seawolves, and they managed to squeak out a 12-10 victory. 6 of those 12 goals were scored by senior Jack Rice, who was named an All-Big East player for the preseason. Along with Rice's 2 goals, Paul Mita had added 2. Next weekend, they'll face Cabrini and Sacred Heart at home at the stadium. We wish them the best of luck. Now, for women's lacrosse. Their season hasn't started yet, but they have big shoes to fill. The Big East has ranked the women number 8 in their preseason rankings for the Big East overall. The women will begin their season next week against the Lehigh Mountaineers at Lehigh. Good luck, ladies. Now, over to Lauren Dugan with our upcoming games.
Thanks, Teddy. With the start of February, the Wildcat action is not slowing down anytime soon. The men's basketball team prepare for their home game against USF on Saturday, hoping to claim another victory over the Bulls. The women's basketball team wants to pack the pavilion again for their home game against Marquette on Sunday. The women's water polo team prepare for the Princeton Invitational, where they'll take on Princeton, Harvard, California, and George Washington, while track and field take a break from competition in order to rest up and get ready for the Big East Championship. Now, this month is definitely key for all Villanova athletics, and players need to get focused and give it everything they got to ensure better positioning in the postseason. I know we're all looking forward to the start of spring sports, but we have about a week and a half before competition begins. Now back to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Lauren. Thanks a lot for tuning in this week from Hunter, Anthony, Jackie, and myself. And remember, stay Wildcats.